Yeah, Yud base through your test, Kuvlamet test, Yud base through your test. Yeah, that was it. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so Belel Rishon Yivarach, like tonight, Yivarach Hamadlik Koidem Hadlaka Shalosh brachas. So the Madlik has to make three brachas. Lahadlik, Shasa Nisim, Shechianu. Shara Leilis Enim Yivarach Shechianu, and other nights you don't make Shechianu. La'acha Sheberach HaBracha, Madlik Ner Echad. After you make the bracha, you light one ner, and while you're lighting the other ones, I'm an halolu. You say aneros halolu. Not everybody does it that way. Many don't say aneros halolu until after they light all the candles. But the Kitzur's paskening, I think Mr. Brewer says it that way also, is that you light the first one and then you say aneros halolu. Ger oimer shasa nisim li Yisrael. A ger says shasa nisim li Yisrael because he can't say avesenu. But if he does say avesenu, then he is yatsa. Einin, Rahman al somebody who's an Einin who can do no mitzvahs. If there's somebody else, then the other person lights with brachas and he answers amen. If there's nobody else, yadlik hu below brachas, then he lights without a brach. Because an Einin is not allowed to do any mitzvahs and not allowed to make brachas.
So why does here he does without a bracha? Other mitzvahs you don't do even without brachas. An einin.
Because the pshat is because this, I think the pshat is that because this mitzvah you're supposed to be mefarsim the nes, and meaning it's a mitzvah, but it's not. It's a mitzvah, but it's something that Hashem wants the nes to be publicized. So even if every now and then has nothing to do with a mitzvah, it's still required. Sort of the same reason why you have to sell the shirt off your back for this mitzvah, even though you don't have to sell your shirt off your back for any other mitzvah, even deraises. Meaning, so there's something about publicizing the nes on Hanukkah that has to be done, regardless of a mitzvah. That's why I think is a pshat.
The outcome is more. The outcome is what's the ikr versus the ma'aseh mitzvah.
Very good. That's Mama. Your mamash Muhammad to an avnei nezer. Your mamash Muhammad to avnei nezer. He says by the Persuma Nisa, it's the outcome. All other mitzvahs, it's the effort that you put in. Very good. Sif Yud Gimel, Kaimel and Hadlaka is the mitzvah. So we hold that the actual Hadlaka is the mitzvah. Pirish, Hadlaka hi a mitzvah. The Hadlaka is the mitzvah. B'shas Hadlaka tzrichin liyos haneris b'mekaimon haroi ukashira roi. Meaning at the time of the Hadlaka, your menorah has to be there and it has to have the right amount of oil. Lafuke im Hadlak hidlika lamata mishloisha tvachim comes to exclude if you lit it below than 3 tvachim or lamala me'arba amas or higher than 4 amas. V'achakach kishein dolkas. And afterwards, when they were lit, he put them in their place, then psulin. And you can't move the menorah into the proper place. It has to be in the kosher place when it's lit. And b'shas hadlaka, loyo yashem and kishir. I'd be surprised how many people asked this shiloh tonight. The shas hadlaka, there was not enough oil. And then afterwards, he added more oil. Loiman, it doesn't help. You have to have enough oil there. Let's say you put it in a windy place where it will not have the capability of lighting, like kaim a mitzvah, then you don't get the mitzvah. You have to light again, but don't make the bracha.
Could you turn on my heater?
But if you were maimed kiroi, and something strange happened that it went out, then you're makayim the mitzvah. Meaning somebody comes and bangs the table and the oil spills, then you get the mitzvah, and you don't even have to relight it. The minig is to go and light it. All right. Yeah. The minig is to be machmer, not to light from one candle to the other. Meaning, if you need to get a light, because let's say on the 8th night, so some of yours went out, and then your shamish went out.
Me and Tati.
Right? Me and Tati. Then you can't take a light from one of the candles that was lit. You should take it from the shamish. Right? Fine. As I'm talking, because I'm on my phone, text just came through. He says, I lit the menorah and it went out right away, 10 seconds. It was last year's ready-made and the oil was bad. So I quickly took a new ready-made and it burned beautifully. Was I supposed to make a new bracha on the new ner? Yeah, there you go. Practical, hands-on Shiloh right there. So no, so now we're all
Oh,
big
we could
rabbis.
answer that. Just send them our way.
There you go. So no, so what do we say?
No.
So it's not necessarily true. I mean, how does he know the oil's bad?
Forget about that. At the time you had enough oil to last. So it's a good bracha. You're not gonna
No,
say
but
it again.
if the oil was bad, then it was never right.
Yeah, but you don't know that the oil is bad.
So he has to know. I don't know how he knows that. Right? Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I told you this. I'm telling you, it's
Anyway, you would
you
poskin no.
think that these shilohs don't come up? You're like, okay, who doesn't just put oil into the menorah and lights and finished? No, you get whatever. I don't know. I just answered him now that if he knows that it's really bad, then he would have to make a new bracha. At this point, he probably lit it already and didn't make a new bracha. So at this point, it's fine. Yeah.
It could also have been the wick.
There he goes. He just texted. He says, "Oh well, I didn't. So what do I do?" Right? What did he say? What did somebody just say?
It could also have been the wick.
Could be
It could
from the
also have
wick
been
too.
the
But if the
wick,
wick
if
is
it's sitting-
but if the wick is no good, then that's also a problem.
Right, I'm saying from it sitting in the oil, just the oil sitting there forever, it's so oily you can't light.
Right. So that l'chayra, I don't know. That l'chayra would be okay because it's roi be'etzem. Once it's lit, I don't know. It's a tough thing. It's a tough thing to know.
If Lamaisi should have made a bracha and he didn't, does he make another shechianu tomorrow night?
No. He already made the shechia. No.
Yeah, but the shechia, but it was he wasn't it wasn't kind of mitzvah really.
You're saying because the shechianu wasn't really going on. No, he was makayim the mitzvah. But he said he didn't make a shechianu on the
The
mitzvah.
shechianu, when he made the shechianu, it wasn't the mitzvah.
Right, when he made the shechianu, it wasn't on the mitzvah. I hear what you're saying. I hear. The iris of the Chanukah is really working your brain. Very good. I'm not sure, Taka. I think I'll regalachas. I think that it's not a problem, but I mean that shechianu is fine. All right, let's see. Yudal calls man mitzvahs and dainu chatzi shah. Also, learn it's also the benefit from the arba. Then you're supposed to put the shamash down. Because if you're going to end up using the lights, which is really not negay b'zman, then you will end up using the shamash. You should put the shamash above the neiros. So it should be recognizable that it's not from the neiros. People have asked today, behind the menorah, in front of the menorah, on the side of the menorah. Fine. Tesvav. You light the menorah in the basic knesses. The text just came in. They want to know about the shechianu tomorrow. Yeah. So madligan neres basic knesses. You should pursue nisim of archim. You make the brach. That's a big chiddush because really there's no chiyuv me'ikar adin to light a menorah in a besmerish. It's only for people's houses. So this that we light a menorah, fine, but to make a brach is a big chiddush, right? But the ma'aseh, that's what we do. You put on the south wall madlikan bein mincha l'mayrav. We light it in mincha l'mayrav. Ein adam yotze b'neiros shel beis hakneses. But a person's not yotze. If it's arach lachzor lahadu b'beisa, you have to go back and light it now. So mishu aval rachman l'tzlan lo yadik v'layla rishon b'beis hakneses. He shouldn't be the one to light. Mishum detzarach lema shechianu. He has to say shechianu v'aval ein lo lema shechianu b'tzibur. An aval doesn't say shechianu for the tzibur. However, beisa mevarach shechianu. In his house, he does make shechianu. Okay, what about the chazan and shul makes shechianu in shul? When he goes home, does he make shechianu again? So if it's for the family, then he definitely does. But if the family is not there, so then what's the shaila? Because he already made it. All right, Tesayin. Nashim chayavas b'ner Chanukah sh'afin hoyu b'isei hanes. They're also in the nes. V'yachayla isha lahadlik ba'ad kol b'nei beisa, and an isha is mutter to light for all she can light for everybody. Now that's an important Kitzur Shulchan Aruch there, because a woman could light on behalf of the whole house. So really, when a man is at work or a man is out, he's not going home till 10, 11 o'clock at night. The ikr din is the woman should light it. Finished. I mean, man is yotze, but people don't do it, right? Yeah, fine. Suma im yachal l'shtatif im acher b'fruta muta b'suma. If he's able to be mishtatif, meaning a blind person, If he can combine with acha b'pruta, is mutter. The woman should light. If he doesn't have a wife and he has his own house, and he doesn't have anybody mishtatef, so then somebody will help him light. If you die better Shabbos, when you can tchila ner Chanukah, ner Shabbos. You light first ner Chanukah, then ner Shabbos. V'vachi la'achar plag mincha has to be after plag. And spell tchila mincha, and you have to daven mincha first. One should not miss minyan. The consensus of the poskim is one should not miss minyan for this chumrah, because you could daven mincha later. You need to put a lot of oil in there because it's got to light for a long time, till a half hour after Tzetzach Chum, which in New York is approximately 6:20. If not for this, then it's a bracha levatala. No. If you're lighting next to the door, you have to be very careful. To be mafsik with something between the lights and the delas. Because you don't want the wind to close it up. To not close it up, to when the door is closing, you don't want it to put out the fire. Right, he's easier than the other halachas because in the Shulchan Aruch and Mishabura says you do whichever way you want is fine, but here he's giving you definitive psak that you do Havdalah and then you do Ner Chanukah Beis HaKnesses Madlikin Kodim Yitin L'cha, you light before Yitin L'cha. Sif Yutes Misha Eina Bebeisei El B'Makam Acher. That's if somebody's not home. So this Yutes is the biggest of all the shilas that come up. You're not home. You're only someplace else. So if you know that the wife is lighting for you at home, you light in that place where he is, right? Meaning if the wife is lighting at home, then he's really yaitza. Only thing is you want to see him in Naira. So you light in his place without brachas because he's already yaitza with his wife. It's better if he hears the brachas from somebody who lights it there, and he's able to be mechaven with the brachas. And afterwards he lights without brachas. And if his wife is not lighting for him at home, and bachrim in there where they lived, because back then Bachram used to live in people's houses. They need to light with brachas. Or you start from a balabayas, or they give some money to the balabayas. They give him a little. He gives them a pruta. So that you'll also have a part of the shemen of psila. And the balabayas will add on a little oil in order to have him in mind. And they should, but each one should try and light their own menorah. Right? Like we know, mahadr min mahadr. Now, I don't know why people don't keep this halacha. If you're in your own city, you're just in another house. You need to go home. So during the week, if there's a Hanukkah party locally, so then, okay, everybody, you go home and light. But a lot of people have in-laws or parents that live local and they go to them for Shabbos, right? They should really be lighting at home before they leave for Shabbos and then running home once Shabbos and lighting. I'm not so sure why the minig became not like that. Okay, that's all for tonight. Everybody should have a fine night, a lichtigen Hanukkah, and everything should be good.
Quick question, just the menorahs that have the oil and you have your own candle that you're lighting the menorah with. You light the shamash first or after?
The what? You have a menorah?
The menorah with the oil cups, right? So you can't have
pre-filled he's talking about, or
no, even regular filled, right?
Yeah.
You need a separate candle to light your menorah.
Correct.
Right? You light the shamash first, and then you say the brachos, and then light the candles, or you do the candles and then the shamash.
I personally wrote in my PDF that you should light the shamash afterwards. The reason being is because, but I haven't really found this. I must have found it before. Couldn't find it now. Reason being is that you want to, if once a candle's lit, So then you were yaitza. Make or adin, one candle's enough. So now you just lit your shamash. So now you just lit a candle. So
No,
now how
you
you
lit
going?
the shamash before you did the
So you're
bracha.
doing it shalei b'kavana, right? You have to have
No,
in
let's say
mind.
your candle goes out. You'll have a shamash to light it.
Good, but you lamaisa, you just lit a candle in your house,
Ah,
right? Now you should obviously have shalei b'kavana. You should mean you light it without kavana.
right. But the better just
But people
put it
don't
out.
know not to have kavana. Right, so then you yite. So now you're making brachas after. So the safest thing to do, the shamash that's in your hand, like we just learned, that's not a problem because you're not yaitze with a menorah in your hand. You have to put a hadlaka zayis mitzvah,
Right.
right? So, but it makes sense. It's the safest is to light the shamash,
Afterwards.
afterwards.
Right. Okay. No, I that's why I do it, but I just saw a video of a Rav in the community that didn't do it that way.
Yeah, okay. That's
So then I said, you know what? Let me ask another Rav in the community.
hey, I'm not a rub in the community. I'm in Lakewood. Anyways, all right.
They don't
Somebody
know
stop
you're
it there.
in Lakewood because then you'd be the Rav in Lakewood. Okay.
That's